dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 5 a.m. on November 14th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Brandon?
Well, the forecast starts off on a chilly note this morning, Olivia. We're looking across the region. Not much going on our camera network. We had a dry, cold front come through last night, which has cooled us down some. Didn't bring any rain, unfortunately, but it did cool us down some. From Hazard to Jenkins to Pikeville to Moorhead to London Corbin to Buffalo Mountain. We're seeing pretty good conditions out there. Maybe a patchy touch of fog out there to start the day up on the ridges there. 29 in Irvin. 28 in Jonesville, 46 in Jackson, 44 in Pikeville, and 40 in Prestonsburg, also 41 in Wise. Everybody else is in the 30s this morning. Some cool air out there to start your day. So a little extra on your coffee meter. And as we head through the first part of your day, it's going to be a mix of sun and clouds, maybe more than one of the other at times. But I do believe we'll be a little cooler today, but still above average there at 60 degrees, which is about 2 degrees above our average high for this time of the year. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon. Well, recovery has not been easy after last year's flood for a lot of folks in Fleming Neon, but city officials have announced plans for a higher ground community. WYMT's RJ Johnson has more.
Neon city officials have purchased 20 acres for a higher ground community for flood survivors. Executive Director for Pine Mountain Partnership, Jeffrey Justice, says this is a big deal.
This announcement for Neon is huge, in that it takes our technically smallest city and gives them an opportunity to add to their population.
Nathan Bailey with E&C Bailey Construction says this project will help folks stay in the area while being safe.
The goal is to get some available housing opportunities out of the floodplain. The folks who live here in Neon, they want to stay in Neon.
However, he says they cannot do that without the proper infrastructure.
We need infrastructure, we need roads, updated water and sewer, you know, all the utilities and resources it takes to create new housing space, new land that can be built on.
With officials just being in the planning stages, there's still a lot of hard work to do.
We're just really optimistic about these projects that are just in the beginning stages right now. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of funding to go after, you know, several steps to make it happen, but there's a lot of people in place working hard.
Saying cross-county collaboration and communication is getting things done.
You know, Whitesburg wants to see Neon succeed. Neon wants to see Jenkins succeed. It's, you know, it's a countywide support for basically all the projects that are happening.
With several projects underway, officials are working to build back better. In Neon, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Nathan says this could not be done without all of the hard work of Fleming Neon Mayor Ricky Burke. Some Kentucky lawmakers gathered in Lexington to discuss what's ahead in next year's legislative session. The State Chamber of Commerce hosted yesterday's event. They focused on a wide range of topics from healthcare to infrastructure to the workforce. Education was also at the top of the priority list. Some Republicans are advocating for increased parental oversight in their child's education, including choosing where their child attends school.
We're going to lead with a conservative bent. That's the mandate we have, and we feel very strongly about our position, and we're going to lead from a position of strength.
Governor Beshear's Education First plan, which he released in August, focuses on public schools, increased teacher pay, and fully funding pre-K. More people in our region will soon have access to faster and more affordable internet. Yesterday, state and local leaders announced grant money that will fund 100 miles of fiber cable. It will install broadband for 33,000 homes in 16 southern and eastern Kentucky counties. Some lawmakers say this will benefit education most.
I think a lot of our kids are just now learning about computers. They're learning about IT. They're learning about communications. A lot of it come out of the COVID, where they had to do some home schooling.
The counties were chosen based on unserved or underserved areas and also where internet is seen as too expensive. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we return, new research for a weight loss drug is changing how some doctors approach patients with heart-related problems.
And the forecast continues to stay on the drier side for the next couple of days, but rain chances are in the forecast. We'll talk more about them and track them out in about 3 minutes.